coming up recently through the RLRS into RLCS promotions and even into the promotion itself. Well, there we go. That's a 1-0 for Endpoint already. But I was going to say, Solarii aren't a one-man offense at all. They really do rely on all three players.
That might be the slowest I've ever seen the ball taken across. We're going to see Melashisu trying to stay back a little bit. Solarii trying to escape as Virtuoso finds himself the last one back. It was direct Rocket League, no angles needed, but they still got a goal.
You know, Virtuoso is trying to pressure the ball carrier on his way back to his own half there, but there is also some for him. We saw plenty of that yesterday in the North American promotion playoffs, and I expect that that'll be a big part of today's series as well. Look at this shot by Melashisu. I always get his name wrong. And that is going to be 2-1 for Solarii. Very impressive speed off the backboard.
Yeah, Endpoint just had no chance to react, nobody in position that could, as they look for Virtuoso to put the ball in. Bunch of bumps as well from the side. Does mean that Exotic can put it on target. 2-goal lead established, and Solarii are rocking and rolling.
This is fantastic counter-attacking by Solarii. Very nice pass there by Melashisu. It made it so easy for Exotic to get that shot
back. Virtuoso puts it straight down from Melashisu. Infield passing play, it's a little bit too heavy. And we now transition to the other side of the field. It's an open net. And that is an easy one to get back for Endpoint.
This is a very high-scoring game one because both teams are aggressing so much with all three players. We did say earlier that that's something to
win it. Letting Wave now moves on. He has a couple of passing options. Virtuoso, though, is not that far up. And we talked about infield passing plays being countered. This is not the way we expected it to be.
Yeah, I definitely thought if there was going to be interceptions like this one resulting in easy goals, it would be Endpoint scoring them. But this is...
Relating Wave decides to power the ball long, but Exotic already on the wall. Great transition. That's going to go straight for the net. And have Endpoint been caught out again? Yes, they have.
You know, that's a fantastic hit by Melashisu. Look how much power he gets on that shot. But what is going on in the Endpoint defense? I've never seen them cause...
It's going to be a race to this. Melashisu did get there first, but when it comes to blocks, first is typically not where you want to be. Kyrian not looking comfortable, and that's going to give Endpoint a much-needed lead.
And this is much better for Endpoint. We did see a bump play on their previous hard clear. Now this one has a quick follow-up. They're not waiting to see what...
Just get some block. Solarii have been stuck in on offense for a long time, trying to scrap away to a goal, and they will find it!
Finally, after battering the ball into the corner several times, Solarii have got the goal, and that's a position that Endpoint are usually quite comfortable in. Effective is if they can disguise it as a shot. But look to them to throw a shot on target, even if they do expect it to be saved. Oh, well, I mean, speaking of shots you'd expect to be saved, Melashisu has just bounced one in off the corner.
I mean, for all goals.
The comeback here, on top of the fact that they need to win 4 in a row.
Could be Exotic. That's straight on net. Uncontested from him. Is that the goal that puts them into the upper finals?
As simple as you like, Relating Wave, often in the right place as the ball crosses the box. Gets a bit touched out, had another opportunity there, and that one's gone away from him as well. Been 2 shots off the post this game for Endpoint, and look at this interplay by Solarii. I think Exotic's just popped the ball off Melashisu's car here, and it's bounced right over the goalkeeper.
Want to know how your pass is good? The other player doesn't even have...
We'll have a look at this, but watch Magnus deflected off to the side. Steak looking for Shamway here, and it is the former Espanol, now Stalkers, striking first.
First goal going to go in. Steak brings this one down straight onto the nose of Shamway, and he puts that one away clean.
Here's Cox. Around the corner, that's intercepted by Metsanoris. Now Remco after a demo in net. Remco's going to roll this one home.
Yeah, that demo just completely opens up the field here for them. Magnus able to turn back around, get a quick touch to get that ball back to Remco as well. So great touch from him.
Stalkers comes back for more. That's going to be Shamway waiting on the doorstep for a rebound. And Metsanoris had to make a reflex save. Can they make another? No! Steak gives Stalkers the lead with 31 seconds to go.
Talks just smothering the defense here, shot after shot. The rotation perfectly spaced out from Stalkers here.
Fox throwing one over to the corner. Stake is waiting on the weak side. Shamway on the doorstep again. Another rebound opportunity, and Shamway converts.
Great pass here from Stake as he cuts it right onto that bar off of Rimco and down to Jamway. Finds the hole.
Field and score very quickly to even have a chance at a kickoff goal to tie things up. Magnus, this is on and in with 3 to go.
There is a light at the end of the tunnel. There is a glimmer of hope remaining here for Karen in game number 1 as Magnus puts that one right on. They need to get a couple more powerful shots on net, bring the ball downfield, get some infield passes going, or just boom one from midfield as Tox just did and take the 1-0 lead with 1:32 left on the clock. Sometimes these basic throws are just going to make it down there. Sometimes you're going to catch Rimco out in the corner.
But Karen did have an answer. They had a couple. Stake gonna take flight. Only Metsonoris to beat, and he beats him.
Stake with the read off the top. That ball is going to waterfall down. Brings it back to himself. Textbook. Break them up. There's no threatening passes coming out of them. They need to figure out a way to speed that part of the game up.
Oh, Stake does speed things up and gets up just ahead of Remco, and Stalkers will score first for the 3rd game in a row.
Benefits them well, trying to do this back and forth. They have the quicker transitional goals or transitional offense from what we can see so far. Stake gonna find one off a pass from Jamway off the back wall. He's gonna put that away, and the XTSM roster right now has gotta be shaking in their boots. This is the end. This is the moment. I would go the same side. If I only had the option of Game 7 or a sweep, I would expect the Endpoint sweep.
Nachito, double tap, and he's got it off the defensive miss.
And so far, that is looking like the option here. Is Endpoint going to take an early lead? 4 minutes, 20.
Trying here. That would be Remco, forced to chase it down in the opposite corner. Magnus on target and right on the money.
There we go. Little quick decision making out of Magnus to get up for this one. He's there quickly. That's what needs to happen for this Karen roster right now. Something that I watched in not necessarily his speed of play, but his decision of when to go that was the problem for him.
Almost another flash of brilliance from Remco. Now Metsonoris will score his first goal of the day. All set up though there by Remco.
Yeah, Remco up there and so close to making that.
Now relating wave. Deep in the Karen corner, and he'll center for Nachito. Nobody back at all for XTSM because of that collision at midfield.
Great touch from Relating Wave to put that one out and beat the defender, part of this offense, and he needs to be involved if they want to take the series.
Oh, another chance as this is given away to Nachito, and this game's been turned on its head.
The duo right now is Relating Wave to Nachito. Back-to-back goals for the duo there.
So Vert can play it downfield, and Metsa does have to play this away, only as far as Relating Wave. Nachito waiting for a rebound. There's none as Vert blows up Remco in the net. Relating Wave gives him Endpoint the lead.
Relating Wave coming up for that flip reset and just gonna barely touch it with the side of the car there to set it off.
Trying to force one through, and Metsa will have this. Magnus is there as well, and nobody could get there. Still on the goal line and knocked down by Relating Wave.
Relating Wave coming up off the top here, hits the backboard, jumps back down, doesn't even jump back down. I'm sorry, he just started boosting immediately. And
combination of being outpaced by Endpoint, a little bit of indecisiveness as well. Now Remco on an empty net, off the post, this has to go in, and it does.
Close one here for Remco. He had to have just been clinching so hard on this one as it goes in. From his angle, it looked like it was probably going to bounce out. He was making a play to bump and demo, and as he comes in to look for another one, he actually ends up bopping Relating Wave back into the opponent's goal. miss there from Relating Wave, and that's going to open it up for Remco, and Karen are going to take down the first match of the day for themselves. I guess it's not the first match of the day. First match for them.
Yeah, they get their first win of the day. This will drop right down to Remco. He's just about giving it away to Nachito. Relating Wave did get bumped by Magnus. Dropped down anyways to Bert. And Endpoint scores first again.
There we go. That's what you want. Relating Wave. Beautiful pass here as he gets it down right on the nose of Virtuoso. He sneaks it over one, under the other.
Magnus can follow this play, but Nachito disrupts. Now Remco, one more touch to get over to Metza, and he's on the board again.
Metza Norris gonna show up. He was definitely somebody that was one of the bigger issues in their opening series against Solarii, but he is starting to find a stride.
So does. Nachito gonna score this? No, he came very close, but it's an open net thanks to the big demo in front, and Relating Wave gives Endpoint the lead again.
Yeah, Virtuoso gonna get that bump. Nachito with a near miss that's just gonna drop that ball right out in the open.
Could be over to Metsunoris, and Nachito intercepts. Now quickly back the other way. One-on-one, Virtuoso and Magnus got a piece of him, and Virtuoso slits it by.
And of course it comes off of a bump play, because there is no play that Virtuoso's in without making contact with his car on someone else's. Comes through, get
by him. Virtuoso keeping this alive on the side. Magnus does force it through, and Relating Wave there to make one save. Nobody home though, and Magnus is going to get credit for this goal.
They are going to catch the Endpoint kind of slipping there. Relating Wave out in the corner looking for boost. Looks like Nachito was on the other side.
Most difficult by far to get. Just ask E United from yesterday. Magnus open net, and Nachito almost got there. It's a demo play that opens things up for Karen.
Not expected. Karen with the demo bump play to start things, or to kick things off here to get that 2.
Has a booming clear. Metsunoris gets demoed again. So too does Magnus. It's a chance as Remco and Metza run into each other, and then a bump as well from Bert, and Relating Wave scores.
Virtuoso with that demo straight into a bump on Metsunoris, and then another bump onto Remco as he just removes the
shot was wide. A great opportunity there for the ex-TSM, but now Virtuoso gonna bury the dagger right between the eyes.
Virtuoso, the man that has stepped up to just talk to him the whole series. Bumps, demos, removing
series of RLCS level competition.
We're going to be starting ourselves off with offense. Coming up from Stalkers, that's a great first shot. Pick that one out.
You know, I was a bit worried when I was going against the analyst desk again earlier on. Picked against them, and Solarii made me look pretty silly, but in that particular part of the matchup.
Solarii have got prolonged pressure now. Exotic didn't leave it. Instead, lets Meloshishu move forward for the shot. And that is fantastic communication to go on with an even better pass.
A great strike there by Meloshishu. Top corner. But the final pass is failing to connect for Stalkers. They're going to need to try and land that one. Or do they? One's just rolled right through, and out of nowhere, they've got 2-1 lead. Samway just dunked it past one, and there's nobody covering the goal.
Yeah, just expected to play for a challenge. And
also, precise strike, so it's really just depending on now who can get their offense rolling. I think there's a lot more in the tank for both teams. What on earth is happening here? Samway scored even a ridiculous goal in the last game.
That is a mistake that cannot be afforded at this level of play. Too many players forward. That is a heavy first touch, though. Counter-attack does dissipate for Stalkers. Maybe they've got a way of continuing this. Zamu puts it down straight through the middle, and they've got 2-0.
Very nice pass by Tox. Now that is more like it offensively. We're not relying on a huge defensive blunder there. I love the...
Well, you were talking about line of sight, and if Solarii aren't careful right now, this series could get out of their line of sight very quickly. Meloshishu tries to make a difference here. He's got his team back up by 1. And he's given his team plenty of time to do it, but this was a careless touch from Zamu.
Yeah, tried to get the ball clear there, but Tournament, the most deadly striker for Solarii. He's up to the ball again, and that's going to be another goal. Melashishu gets the second one, and we have a tie game.
And just like that, Solarii have announced themselves in the series. They managed to bring it back last time, but they didn't. That is a great challenge win from Kyrian. This is a way through now. It's Melashishu to Exotic! And 2 goals down has been changed to a 1-goal lead.
Fantastic team play again by Solarii. Saw the win in the midfield by their first aerial player. Now he's got his team saved on the goal line. Everybody's stepping up for Solarii. Are they going to get another goal here? It's busted left corner. Exotic gets another goal, and they are running away with this one now.
And this is where they were so deadly against Endpoint, when they've got a lead, when their opponents have to come to them, and they can break on the... And it's sparked a fire that has given Solarii game number 2. Johnny boy, we're going to head to 1 win apiece as we put another one for Kyrian. He's got himself on the board, and so have Solarii.
And I think you said it there, Melashishu, he has been on fire. He, in fact, I think right now might be the player who is...
And very brave defending to send absolutely nobody for the ball. They all knew it was out. Follow up from Melashishu, and Solarii have got their man on fire this series. Melashishu is unstoppable.
Yeah, this guy is just taking over the promotion tournament here. He right now is 6 wins in a row to finish off league play. Maybe that is giving them this confidence coming into the tournament today. Great placement by Kyrian. 2-0. He had a goalie pre-jump into a void, but he got it past him with ease.
That's a glorious pass over to him. Lovely little tap down on the shot. And I think this is the point I wanted to make. Melashishu could have a bad game up next. And realistically, it wouldn't affect the team too much because they're not over-relying on him. He's just performing very well. And this is going to be so crucial to Stalkers. They get a goal, they get it quick.
That's a great pass again. These assists are top tier. By these mistakes, and Solarii already have the lead.
It's going to be just off the post. Follow-up from Kyrian. Is 2 goals going to be enough? It should be. But this series has trained me to not take anything for granted right now, and neither should Solarii, but they should have this game.
A chance maybe for Samway with a big clear. He's going to flick it past one, but it's right into Kyrian, who's able to carry away. But nice challenge. Oh my goodness, it's just bounced in. Samway has annihilated Kyrian in this play.
That is just the softest of all touches. Exotic for this extra goal. Tops for the backboard. Should be Kyrian's to clear. He's done exactly that. And now Melashishu on target. Gets the follow! And he's dumped the ball for a 2-goal lead.
That is a monster clear by Kyrian, relieving all the pressure. And Melashishu didn't have to dunk it in, but why not?
Always got somebody loitering around in the midfield. Those passing options always around. There's a shot on target, and how many times can this keep happening?
Well, we saw this exact same play ending game 1 in favor of Stalkers. This time, it's Stalkers who are the team.
But couldn't drop it down. It was a near impossible shot to take anyway. But it's one that they could just do with, squeezing in for them. Now the follow-up off the crossbar, and it's in.
And that is the confidence that has been missing from the Stalkers shooting today. Look at the speed that Snake gets up to that shot. And how about that for placement? That is then back in the game. Stalkers finally get some kind of offense going that they're used to seeing. Now here comes another one, and this is exactly what we expected to see from them.
This feels like a Game 1 rerun at this point. We've seen the challenge goal, we've seen a lead given away, and we've seen it
confidently struck. And now 2-1 in favor of Stalkers. They're looking for a third. They're not going to hold back and sit on a 1-goal lead. Tox puts in another one. And have they finally woken up in this series?
And a rare mistake from Melashishu. Tried to pop it, didn't have anyone around that could...
Looked like they were playing the best. Compared to Solarii at any point in this series, they would have beaten them. And look at this. That is another phenomenal pass. Tox with perfect placement puts it in. This level of play from Stalkers has yet to be answered.
And it's the corner yet again. So many plays coming from there.
In fact, at all anymore. They are racing to every single ball, and Solarii are having to, you know, deal with it. Oh, well, that's one way to deal with it. It's just bounced in. Now, this might be the case of Stalkers playing too fast. Look at the over-rotation here by Tox. He just got there too early and re-jumps as well. Going down into the lower bracket against Endpoint. However, we've seen it in the past, and it'd be a heartbreaker to see it again. When you go down to that lower bracket, you don't have momentum on your side, and there's 2-1 now in favor of Solarii.
And it's the corner for another goal. These teams are putting on... It's off Exotic first. He's managed to get 2 players to move. And the whiff is not going to help, but now they've got a chance to counter-attack. Passing play with the Tox. The 1-2, give and go! And it's going to be enough, 2 each!
What a shot by Tox. He ran in field here, came out initially from Snake to Samway, but Carrion wasn't even in a bad spot to save this shot.
They've had their opportunities. Neither able to convert just yet.
Samway looking for the scenic route to goal. He's got help from Snake, and just like that, Stalkers take it. You never know when the attack's going to come from these guys. That was one of the easier reads for a player like Snake. He can read just about any bounce back from beyond the grave, but Solarii are hanging on.
Tox for net. What another great save by Exotic. He almost had a third, but it doesn't matter. Snake won them the last game, and he might send them to the RLCS.
That is an unbelievable save by Exotic. He almost had the follow-up.
It's the last place they need him.
One stakes up, but he's contested fast by Exotic, and Carrion fires on target when they needed someone to step up and put a shot on target. It's Carrion this time. The whole team's
High removed from the field for his troubles. 50 seconds now into the OT. Exotic. Medishi's got a demo as well. It's an open net. Does Game 7 loom? We're on our way to Champions Field.
And there is the play that makes it happen. Melishisu with a huge demo in the back.
Tox, plenty of time on the ball, but couldn't quite get it under his own control. Exotic. With the setup to Kyrian, it's another huge demo, and they've got themselves the lead.
And the same way that they won the last game puts them ahead in Game 7. Exotic takes out the last man, and the ball bounces.
Do some defensive duties. He's lost the ball. Samway over to Tox on the wall, but these challenges constantly going. It's a setup from Exotic to Melishishu, 2-0, and they could be very well RLCS bound.
What a mid-air recovery that is. Exotic realized he could get another touch on.
Positive movement past that 50-yard line, and that ball will again remain in the orange half. Controlled by Nachito for now, left up, and Relenting Wave will be able to push it to the back of the net as he finds it under one defender, and an awkward commit in the side corner will leave it open, and Endpoint find their first goal of the series.
That's a good cut there for that question, because that's a hard one to answer. You know, who knows what these kids have. Oh my goodness, what an angle from Nachito, finding the far post all the way from the side wall, and somehow it rolls in.
And that physicality opens up Nachito to have that angle. Very long day for Stalkers. We're given the momentum they just had. Now you have to reset, hit a quick regain, and find yourself back in the field of play.
No way.
Stake
Flips it over Stake on this. Just watch him.
You talk about a player needing to step up. Stake is there. Backs
Drives
it
in
over.
reverse. Goal for your team for the series.
Still just a minute into the game. We've already had 2. Make it 3 as Virtuoso bounces it over one, baits the defender right to the right of the net, and wins the challenge in the air.
Yeah, just good pressure right off the kickoff from Endpoint. Want to see some aggression from them. I want to see demos, bumps, do something to try and get in the heads of Endpoint.
You heard Johnny Boy talk about it a little bit. This team can get going when they feel confident. When they start closing those spaces down and maybe getting a little bit more aggressive, they do things like this. Zamwe with the perfect setup, serves it for Tox, who puts it where the deep come back on defense, and now he can begin to move in and go up for the challenge, which he does win. A booming hit to the back of the wall, and it's off the wall and down for Virtuoso, and a beautiful 1-2-3 pinch coming out of Endpoint.
And both defenders rotating back here have no boost in the tank. It's going to be hard to get up in time and beat Virtuoso.
The reset will not come in, and back to midfield as is bumped away by Tox, who will carry on his lonesome. Zonway with the shot, off target again, and the follow-up from Stake puts it in to tie game 2.
Great shot placement here from Stake, and good pressure from the team as a whole, but putting this shot lower left-hand side where Noda patiently, good presence from him, good pass over to Relating Wave coming down looking for Tox, doesn't need to get the bump as Virtuoso puts that right on target.
You could see him setting it up all the way through. There was so little that Tox could do, could not get back around in time. You can't expect anyone to be able to front. You continue to find yourself Demo. That's another one. As Nachito and Virtuoso have been all but physical, and the redirect off the defender has enough touch on the ball to put it towards the end, and Virtuoso in company will help his team get on the board.
Yeah, that Tox.
We look at a situation where Endpoint have gone up 1-0 and are daring Stalkers to come out and challenge them on these plays. They haven't been able to do it, and finally Tox gets the touch they needed.
This is a good bounce shot from Tox. So hard to defend when you're sitting on the goal line. Nachito misses that read, and no way Relating Wave is ever going to get to it. They're not waiting at all. Zero hesitation on their end. Oh, mama.
Good shot, a great save from Zonway, and a follow-up. It bumps off Zonway's car. It goes to the top of the net, and you can only sit and wonder what might have happened had he not fallen at that specific angle.
For Relating Wave gets turned away by Tox. And now it's Stalkers' turn. Here they come, pushing down the field. The ground pinch under the defender, and just like that, they take the lead.
How do you combat physicality from Endpoint? You get in their face and you bring it to them. You put a shot down that works so far from Stalkers, has been brilliant in net. And another big move out. A follow-up again. Finally, Nachito is able to notch one in. 1-1 as we tie game 4. And the physicality from Endpoint has been too much.
Just demo after demo after demo. Just
how much they've been punishing and bullying Stalkers off the field. It is so hard to get defense set up with a beautiful hit like that from Nachito. 2 goals on 3 shots and an assist from Relating Wave.
And it's just the constant pressure, the fear of demos. Stalkers keep having to dagger in the hearts of Stalkers.
They are picking up Stalkers and shaking them for their lunch money at this point. Like, it has not been close. Tox able to tie it up 2-2.
I believe a demo came, or a bump came out, yes, from Zomway on Relating Wave, and then forced Virtuoso to go up as well.
But Nachito able to stay alive.
Zomway gets that flip on the ball, trying to follow it up there. Stake puts it on target, and he takes us to game 5.
A perfect serve from Zomway and an even better touch from Stake. It had to fall eventually,
and still pressure for the Stalkers remains. This pass from Zomway over to Stake, the drop down back to Zomway on target. What a passing play for the Stalkers to take the first goal here in game number 5.
This is their first lead so far here in the series. They start game 5 with.
Has to be on the line for Endpoint, knowing that could possibly come to a screeching halt if they come down to the rival series. And a good shot from Zamway. Good pressure from Stalkers, and they dealt with that offensive flurry from Endpoint perfectly.
It was vital as a duality with Stake in the last series, and finally he has scored.
Comes Nachito, but good cutoff from Tox. Gonna slow this ball down, number advantage, and he pushes that one through, and Zamway gonna finish it off. This one, all but a victory for Stalkers.
A hat trick on 4 shots, you'll take it every single day of the week. 1 minute left. It's looking like quite
beautiful pass there from Stake. Zamway just a little bit off target. But if they can keep doing those plays,
4 goals.
I mean, they are going to just keep piling them on. And you said it, Spaceman, 4 goals for Stalkers. Took them a little while to warm up to this Endpoint team, but man, oh man.
You've given up 3 games. You can't afford to drop anymore. So yes, you've woken up, and yes, it looks great. But they have a huge mountain to climb, and Tox puts the icing on the cake in Game 5.
Tox was feeding Zamway all game long, and Zamway decides to return the favor. Good challenge there from Stake just to get a touch on the ball, but an awkward touch from Tox. Gonna leave that net open, can't get there in time, and Nachito makes the defense pay.
A much needed goal. They got outscored 5-0.
Gonna allow all the members of Stalkers to kind of recollect themselves here.
As the game slows down, you start to wonder how in the world Virtuoso found the top of the net. A pass from Nachito in the most impossible angle.
That's just to be able to ring that one home, and we're just about at halftime, and a bad miss in net. State's gonna want that one back. He's been the defensive wall, but all it takes is one little crack and the dam collapses.
F in the chat for that unfortunate. You were down 3-0 in the series. Is it poetic? Sure. Could you come back? We would love to see it, but they need everything to start going right. Tox able to find one.
Got to get one to get that freight train rolling downhill, and right at halftime, Tox puts this ball in, and now is the time.